Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk in Action Jackson with you. And if you're watching on YouTube, you notice Iggy has disappeared. There's no camera on where he's in the corner because Greg Warren is in studio in the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hi, guys.
It's in the gallery.
Got better looking over there, didn't it?
It's, man, it's good to see you guys.
It's great to see you.
I didn't know there were hats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good-looking hat.
Yeah,
it's a really nice-looking hat. Yeah.
Okay, you got a great one looking yourself, man.
What do you got going on?
It's
STL City.
It's STL City hat. Yeah, it's brand new. Man, I had like one hat that fits my head, and it's from the Bob and Tom show. And I'm like, I want to wear a hat doing a lot of radio this week. I don't want to go into some radio show with the Bob and Tom show. You know, look like a jerk, you know. To another radio. You don't wear another radio show's hat to another radio show. It's bad form.
I don't wear a hat at all because when you got hair like this, you don't cover.
Well, of course, man. We're not all that. You know, we're not all that fortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
symbolically gifted.
Yeah, you are. You are, man.
Well,
How you been, buddy? You're
playing this.
Iggy's over in the corner for those of you watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm off the camera.
It's the cut camera, is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're gonna call it that.
Making a lot of people happy. I'm in the cuck studio over here. You're playing St. Charles this weekend, right?
Yeah, the streets of St. Charles.
That's a cool place.
It
That's
is, man.
Very cool place.
Yeah, I hadn't spent a lot of time out there until recently.
It's neat.
I was never in favor of it. They tore down the old Noah's Ark, I believe.
They used to have piping hot clam chowder. Remember that? Hot clam chowder.
Yeah, somebody told me that.
Specialty.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I ever went to the Noah's Ark. I drove by it a lot. It was comforting to drive by.
I'm surprised it didn't make it because everybody knew about it and everybody drives by it at some point. How could you go out of business with a restaurant right there?
Well, I mean, I never went there, and I drove by there several times.
You're the reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
Noah.
bad. Is the Plowhawk still a thing? Is that?
Oh, you better believe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, did you notice, Greg? He's while you're about to
I didn't want to interrupt.
talk about the Plowhawk, he's pulling out some Lunchables there. You ever, when you're doing all these radio tours, does the board op start making?
No. I mean, I haven't done a lot of children's shows, Tim, but.
And I didn't. The packaging is hard to open, and I didn't want to steal Greg's thunder by just ripping open.
No, man! Come, what are you kidding me?
I didn't want to be rude.
Go into it now. He doesn't heat them up or anything. He eats them cold.
Oh, it's.
Yeah, he's got the pizza with the pepperoni, and watch it. It is really, really nice.
I suppose it could have probably been done in the last commercial break, but what the heck?
I didn't think about it at the time.
That's like the worst Lunchable, man.
You see the packaging? It's a little difficult.
Yeah,
Right now, you got 3 pizzas. You have your pepperoni and cheese.
And what are you going to wash it down with? I see a Coca-Cola product over there. Yeah, Sherry
the
Coke.
spoon is everybody thinks a knife would be the best way to spread the pizza sauce, but the spoon actually gives it that circle technique. You can't really do that with a huge knife on a little pizza crust.
Well, no, you can't. No.
Something I've learned over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I was in the food business for several years.
I've been in it as well. I don't know.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What'd you sell?
I did from fast food. I worked at Billy G's as well. Worked at a nice restaurant in college, so I've done the whole gambit of.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm not trying to take shots, but I mean, I was in the consumer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
sold Pringles, didn't you?
Sold some Pringles. Yeah, Jif,
Nice.
Duncan Hines, Sunny Delight.
Oh, nice.
Those are the big boys.
Those sound like they'd be on your menu.
We have 3 of those in the cupboard right now.
Do you? Yeah. Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah, we got the Sunny D, and we have the. We always have Pringles.
Yeah,
always.
man.
The barbecue Pringle and the pizza Pringles.
Barbecue, really?
Oh, they're fire, man. They're so good.
See, we struggled with the barbecue segment when I was there.
I like Peeps. I like things that nobody else likes, though. So I keep those kind of things in business.
I had a wrestling coach when I was at Mizzou, and we'd stop. You know, we were in vans back then. We didn't have planes or and we would stop, to eat or at a truck stop or he always got those orange circus peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen anybody else eat them.
Did you enjoy them?
I never ate them. No, he was the only one. Hey, Randy, how you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy.
Doug, it's Randy Character.
Right. Ours is the type of show where friends feel they can drop in.
Come on in. Boy. Probably see him.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
On the camera right now. There he is. He's appearing on the YouTube chat. You'll be popping in. We're on a satellite delay. There he is, right there with the pop-in. There's the pop-in.
The pop-in. man.
Gotta come see Flute Boy.
Yeah.
I like you wearing your St. Louis City SC kit. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I like to support.
I just wanted to walk in on your show, fellas.
That's fine.
We love it.
It's the best thing that's happened all morning. It's
You classed up the joint, man.
See you guys later.
Randy Carricker, Doug. Also known as Randy Character by some.
Right.
Oh yeah.
We can send you down
Iggy
there.
sometimes has a slip up on the pronunciation.
Sending guests down and taking guests. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We stole Nikki Glazer about a month ago.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. I remember last time I think when we were in the Kirkwood location, I did the show and Iggy calls me in afterwards. He's like, "Hey man, listen, Nikki Glazer's coming in town this weekend to play the pageant. I know you know her."
Oh, he was utilizing
He was
you.
trying to. I was like,
Iggy.
"You guys didn't want me on this show.
Iggy.
You didn't want me on the show. You could have
It's a
just
bait and
called me."
switch.
Yeah. He was beating me up. I'm like, "Iggy, she's getting in town like tonight on a Friday night at like 12:30."
Well, sure.
And he's like, "Well, she can come in Saturday morning. It's no problem." Man, he was really beating me up over
Well, you
it.
weren't doing anything. I didn't even know you were in town. I was just reaching out to say, hey, do you have a contact there? I know you know Nikki.
I've got a contact, man. You know.
But wouldn't that be poor form if you were like hitting her up to like book for her?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I get a lot of calls. I get a lot of calls, Nikki, and then there's always somebody that wants to book Kathleen Madigan for their birthday party or something. they're like these people will be like, "Hey, you know, we want Kathleen to do our association meeting." I'm like,
Lions Club.
she gets like 50 grand to do that type of like for a corporate gig for Kathleen. You're out of your mind. And she has an agent. Like,
Yeah, you contact the agent.
Yeah, I don't.
I just texted her. I didn't need you for that one.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Now he's bitter.
I didn't think I'd ever be back on the show when I couldn't get Nikki on a couple of years ago.
Well, that's why it's been a few years.
I know. I knew I was going to serve a suspension. I didn't go on the logbook on that,
You
did
don't
I?
want to be in here.
No, I
You don't
no,
want to find
no.
your name.
Is it startling to you, Greg, to know that there actually is a
It is,
suspension
man.
log? You probably thought that was theater of the mind, and yet
I
now you
did.
see there is a book.
You guys are radio pros. I thought you
Oh,
were
God.
creating something, that
yeah.
didn't exist, and it is a nice looking.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a Bible,
It
too.
does look a
It
little like
looks a lot like a Bible. It looks threatening like a Bible.
It is serious business here.
Yeah, I grew up with no religion, so they scare me.
Yeah, well,
But yeah,
that should scare you.
I don't want to.
It
There's
looks
a lot
like
of
it
people
pulled
on
out
the
of
straight
like
and narrow.
King's Tut's tomb, you know?
Yeah.
It's that old.
King's Tut's tomb.
King's Tut.
Both of them.
I'll just stick with one.
Now, how long are you on suspension?
Usually a period of 2 days' time.
Okay.
But
yeah.
if you flaunt the suspension and you do something that same day, sometimes the charges are trebled,
Okay.
and you can find yourself in here for 6 days.
6 days, man.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. It
it
doesn't
just
feel very
stings.
good. Does
That's,
not feel real good.
That's more than a work week right there.
Yeah. So avoid that if you can.
No, I
For some
will,
reason,
man.
he suspended Dotem forever. For some
Indefinitely.
reason.
Yeah. Dotem is indefinitely
I mean, there's
suspended.
dirtier people in that book than Dotem. but
I don't think so.
somehow-
I don't think so. No. He got it.
Is the
Right,
open
Gary.
still go on?
The Dotem?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just sold it out on Friday.
Oh,
in 3
great.
minutes.
Wow.
The audience really fired up for this, and it will be taking place May 19th and May 20th at Normandy.
I do want to tell you guys, you got fans all over.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I've done some shows as far as Florida where people will come up after the show and say,
Heard you on that
heard you
moron
on
show in St. Louis?
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
was that guy in Tallahassee who texted?
Nate in Tallahassee, yeah, he doesn't
probably
like the
him.
show.
That's
Boy,
what
didn't care for it.
No, he hates the show. Hates the show and texts in every day.
Now, Lisa Ann is going to be at our Dotem. In my opinion, one of the top 5 adult entertainers of all time.
Oh, yeah?
When you moved out to L.A., did you run into any of the girls down in the...
Oh, in the valley? Yeah, I think they do that all in, like, Van Nuys or something.
Did
don't
you ever
they?
buy a prostitute is what he's asking.
Did you ever run into them?
I can say that when I was in L.A., I never bought a prostitute.
Not there. No.
I wouldn't have recognized him at that point. Iggy, I did see a couple of, I did see a couple, I saw a lot of Hollywood people, regular movie stars. That wouldn't impress you very much. I did, my favorite one, I saw Damone from Fast.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Good to see him.
Yeah. At Starbucks, man. And you know, when I was like in college, that's all I did was just annoy people, just going around Mizzou saying Des Moines lines, and the rule is you don't approach them. You don't bother them in Hollywood, you know. And my buddy was like, "Hey, dude, you gotta say something, man. You've been doing them for years." So I went over there. And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm a comic, and I saw your movie, and I think part of the reasons I'm a comic is because I did an impression of you when I was in college. I annoyed everybody. He goes, so you're a comedian, huh? I'm gonna have to come check you out someday, man." He was the coolest dude, man.
Is that right?
Oh, he was so nice.
Robert, so he lived up to it.
Oh, every bit of it. Yeah. Robert Romanus. He was cool. He was nice, and then he was. That's the biggest star I've seen. I think.
That's
really?
a great movie.
Where were you when I had those 45 Blue Oyster Cults?
Yeah. No, I don't have any Blue Oyster Cult. Where were you last week when I ate 34 pair to Van Halen? You know, Stacy, this is really great iced tea. That was.
I can picture him saying that too. But it had to be. Was it kind of a shock for you? I mean, you grew up in St. Louis, went to the zoo, then you get out to L.A. and it's like night and day.
I don't know, man. Speaking of night and day, I just did hear Al B. Shure's hit song.
Oh, what a wonderful song. Was that 91? Al B. Shure, 92.
I don't know the years.
Right there, man. It was a great song. It was on Sirius XM the other day.
Is that right?
But I think LA to me is more of just like a bigger suburb. I mean, Hollywood's different, you know, the whole Hollywood culture and everything. But New York was the one for me when I lived in New York. That's very, very different than anywhere I've ever lived.
Because you can't get parked.
You have no car.
No car, can't just park. No free parking.
It's. I mean, you have to be making about probably $1 million a year to have a dishwasher and central air. Yeah.
So how does everybody do it? Where are they all working to make that much money? Are they all?
They don't. I mean, you don't have it. Yeah, it's yeah.
Francesa.
Oh yeah, man. That guy.
Were you a listener when you were up in New York City?
No, you don't listen to the radio because you're never in the car.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I love radio. I spent a lot of, when I got back to St. Louis, I immediately was like, I can listen to the radio again. But yeah, I did hear him when I would take a couple of trips to Jersey or something like that. He just abuses his callers. He's not nice by any stretch, man. Yeah, it just.
We got the opposite deal. The callers abuse us.
Yeah, they hate us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know the appeal of Francesa now that I think about it.
Well, he was
Chris de Massapequa, what's up, Chris?
There he is, right there. Massapequa.
He was making $4 or $5 million a year.
He was killing it.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Talk radio, talk sports.
I mean, now the Mad Dog, I like his old partner.
Yeah.
Christopher Mad Dog
Russo.
Yeah, because he's got that.
Sports knowledge.
Yeah, and he's got a show on Sirius that he does about baseball, and it's the only kind of like, I'm a baseball guy.
Yeah.
It's the only guy that's like a sort of Stephen A. Smith type guy for baseball. You know, he's the only guy that's like animated about baseball.
Right. Screams a lot.
He does scream a lot. And I get that it's shtick, but I kind of like that we have at least one guy in our sport that does some shtick.
Yeah, well, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do sketches and bids. We don't.
That's
have
what we do.
shtick.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Sketches
Well,
and
Iggy
bits.
had one this morning.
Now, being a St. Louis guy, obviously you're a huge Cardinal fan.
Yeah.
Excited Pujols is back with the Cardinals?
I'm coming around on it.
So you were not initially?
No.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, because I was hoping we'd get Kyle Schwarber,
God bless you, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping we'd get a left-handed bat that was. I think we can win this year.
Why do you hate Corey Dickerson?
I don't hate him. I don't. It's not a bad
you're
move.
really down on it.
It's not Doug. I don't hate the guy.
He's had some pretty good years.
He's had some good years. He's not Kyle Schwarber.
No, he isn't. No.
Who was the other bat, the DH bat going around that people were talking about that we didn't?
Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz would have been good. Yeah.
Carlos Correa was a free agent right up until about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been a...
Plowhawk, Greg, is not happy with the Cardinal effort.
And I agree with you. They have every chance to win now, and I was a little disappointed that they didn't add to that. I mean, you see a lot of starters that, that people were trading their 12th, 15th, 20th best prospect for. That could have helped the depth of our rotation. I don't know. I get the Pujols thing, and I like it, but it's not going to put you over the top.
If I guess they platoon him and Dickerson, that's the plan. I
suppose.
I guess Juan Yepez was not what they thought he would be.
Didn't have a great spring.
A little young still, I guess.
So they platoon those guys. It's fine, and I'm with you, Plowhawk. If they falter in the rotation after what happened last year, that's you can't do that, right? I mean, if they would have made those moves a month earlier,
you're right.
We would have won the division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just repeating things I hear on sports radio.
Good stuff.
Our rotation is weak as it is with no injuries at all. We got Patty Nottingham though. What was his name?
Patty Nottingham. Packy Naughton. Packy Naughton is the name of the player.
Close enough.
Patty Nottingham. I like that though.
That's
a name.
Yeah. That guy's going places.
Yeah, Brian St. Louis is a huge fan, and a lot of times the parents will tend to push their kids into a sport they love. But you went into wrestling, and a great wrestler at Mizzou. But you went into wrestling and not baseball. Or did you play baseball as a kid and then got into wrestling?
I don't think I played like softball on some church team, and I didn't go to church. And
I've been there.
Yeah, Grace Episcopal let me play for their softball team, and I never did play much baseball. It's my favorite sport, but
well, why didn't you play?
I have a feeling I wouldn't have been good at it. Although, man, as an adult, before they shut down, I spent a lot of Wednesdays over at Tower T, 90-mile-an-hour Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
And you were raking in the cage against 90 miles
I was raking, man, but I made solid contact.
Wow.
Tim,
Damn.
Yeah. Now my brother Devin, who's he's 18 years young. I mean, he crushes it. And my brother Matt can hit from both sides. Do you guys ever go down there? The batting cage?
But I mean, I can't hit. I don't think I catch it with 90 miles an hour.
I spent enough money down there to own the place.
Really?
Over the years.
Yeah, with kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love hitting because it's like I go to batting cages. I'm 53, so like usually it's like me in a batting cage, and then there's some teenager, right next to me. I don't have any kids, so it's like there's some teenager and his dad's yelling at him, telling him what to do, and the kid's a teenager, so he's not going to listen to his dad. But I'm 53, like. I listen. Like these guys, some of them know a lot about baseball. I've picked up a lot of things from these fathers over there. Guys like you, Doug.
My kid couldn't pull the ball.
Oh, really?
I used to stand there on the first base coach line with a $1 bill. Here's your reward. Just pull the ball one time. One time. You get out in front of the pitch and overpower the pitcher. He was a left-handed hitter. He'd constantly hit foul balls over the third base line. Pull the ball. Here's what's coming. Fastball. You know it's coming. That's all he's got. Get out in front. I'd wave that down. Here's your reward, and he would not pull the baseball. I was a pretty good coach.
A little overbearing.
Yeah. He didn't listen that much.
Coming from a son who had a father as a wrestling coach, you sound a little overbearing.
Oh, well.
I don't know if that's the right way to go.
He didn't listen, and he rarely pulled the ball.
I hit the Cubs stink sign.
I hit it a few times.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, I hit it in the 90.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I did.
Greatest accomplishment.
Yeah. And you
Dave,
didn't play growing up?
No, I didn't, man.
The world.
Wow. I have an insane amount of
regret,
free time and disposable income, so I just go there for 3 hours. If you do it for 3 hours a day.
Eventually catch up.
Yeah. The guy that ran that place, he was Dave that ran the batting cages.
Oh, yeah. Dave the batting cages.
On Wednesdays. They love the heat, brother. They line up for the heat. They're all here for the heat. Dave too, man. I hit that Cubs stink sign. It's one of the proudest accomplishments
and you get a free
of my
token.
life.
Did they give you the free token?
Well, yeah, I got the free token. I thought because there's a shirt that says I hit the Cubs stink sign. And I'm like, Dave, where's my free shirt? He's like, brother, it's not free for the shirt. Like you got to buy the shirt.
I went when his dad was running it. Nick. Were you there for Nick?
No, I came a little later than that. Yeah. I think I was living in California when Nick was. I saw his dad there a couple of times.
Yeah,
but Dave was running it.
Yeah.
They had, they're the overhand.
And you could see how far the ball went. It didn't just stop at a net.
Yeah, there's deer out there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now they're redoing Tower T. Are they putting batting cages up?
Yeah, they're in, but they're enclosed.
And they're not.
It's a large enclosure. It's different than what it was.
Is it the arm going over?
I think it is. Yeah, I've not hit there, but
See, now, so the thing is, I know this is YouTube, so that's why I did the physical.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Arm going over.
See that.
Yeah. I want to make it
visual.
It's a visual medium
show.
now. Yeah.
Give the audience what they want.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Iggy is not on camera at the moment.
Yeah, my dad. I think I've talked to Iggy about my dad's a big Cardinals fan, but if he's more of a fan of that. They got that thing mobile on the run if the Cardinals score.
Yeah, six runs. I think.
Six a run. He gets his coffee for 39 cents, and normally I think it's 49 cents or something. This is like his life, man. I mean, it is a big part of his life.
Getting those 6 runs.
Getting those 6 runs, and this was quite a while back. It was when Albert was on the team, and I don't know. The Cardinals basically have the game won. It's like 5-0, bottom of the 8th or something like that, and we have the bases loaded. And it's one of those games where you're just like, unless we're gonna win this game. We had a good closer at the time or something. And he's locked in because, for him, the results have not been revealed yet. The important results is whether he's getting his coffee or not. And I think Albert grounds into a double play. Ends the inning. My dad looks at me. He's like, "Seems kind of fishy, huh?" Yeah, Dad. They're point shaving. They're definitely.
Petromart's in.
Yeah. The card. Albert's in collusion with Mobile on the Run, so you don't get your coffee.
See, the Blues do the taco giveaway, and I love that one. I think it was either Jack in the Box or Taco Bell, but I think if you score 4 goals, it's like a free taco.
Oh yeah,
that was a big one. Yeah.
Mobile loved it when they score 6 runs. I mean, the place is packed.
Really?
Full of people.
Oh, yeah.
It's the biggest days they have.
Is that right?
Well, they're giving it with a soda or something. It's now 50 cents.
Okay.
When it's normally, I think, if soda, $1.40 or something. But the people are lined up from here out the door to come and get their 50 cents. They love it when the Cardinals score.
And you're saying they're probably picking up something else besides that soda?
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah. Might have got
Promotion?
gas there. Might have got
Yeah.
Well, it's just a soda. What, you got 4 cents worth of product and you're selling it for 50 cents? That's where all the money is those drinks.
It's a profit deal.
Yeah, the cup costs more than the drink.
That's okay. I'm getting it now. I'd have put the oven mitts on for that.
You can wear one of them because you may have more hot takes here before you.
I don't know. I mean, that right there, that's good information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's where I get my my pissed off attitude toward gambling, because my dad was just like your dad, but he was gambling and didn't care about 39-cent coffee. He was gambling on it. It's the over under 7.5 and a 7-0 bases loaded double play. Yep. Didn't want to get that 7.5, didn't you? He was screaming, throwing stuff, and that's where I say, yeah, you must have known I bet on you because you didn't miss the cut.
So your dad was a big-time sports gambler?
Well, for us,
okay.
We didn't have any money.
He ran Charcoal House. You ever eat at Charcoal House?
All the time. You mean the one out on
Manchester?
I'm sitting on a gift card right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. A little bit of a brag right there. That's going to make you a little unrelatable to the audience.
I know, man. But guys, I'm an entertainer. I've been on television. Okay, that's the way that people like me live. I got one. I got one right now.
Okay, Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah, just sitting at home.
Is it to the point where
about 150.
Is it to the point where you
150?
Oh wow!
150, and I think I got
surf and turf. You can get the cattleman's cut for one.
Yeah, I think I got like $30 left on a Citizen Kane's card too.
Ooh, how do you do?
Yeah.
How do you do? Point in your career where you get paid in gift cards?
Well, just people enjoy my show and stuff like that.
They're throwing gift cards up on stage. Nice.
Captain Madigan's getting $50,000 for a corporate outing. You're getting gift cards.
Yeah. It's about the Delta. Really.
Greg, where can the people see you this weekend?
I'll be at the Streets of St. Charles.
Streets of St. Charles, formerly known as Noah's Ark area.
Noah's Ark, yeah.
That's so funny.
It's I'm at the Funny Bone Noah's Ark adjacent. It's gonna be I've never done a show on the other side of the Missouri.
Oh, is that right?
I mean, I've done shows on the West Coast and all over, but as far as the St. Louis area, never performed stand-up comedy the other side of the Missouri.
Well, you can redneck it up a little bit, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've been out there lately.
It's
Doug.
nice. It's nice.
You go to, they got everything they need out there.
I know. St. Charles, the streets of St. Charles are really nice. There's some great restaurants there.
P.F.
Chang's is out there.
P.F. Chang's, yeah, upscale, casual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Dewey's Pizza's out there.
Yeah, Dewey's is good.
Yeah.
That's DeWitt's kid, right?
He is one of the partners, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, their minced garlic there.
Minced garlic, Plowhawk? You got a little recommendation?
Pepperoni minced garlic, because
is that right?
The garlic
sounds like good knowledge.
Creates like the grease effect, and like it's not just
grease
garlic.
Effect.
The grease now is like garlic butter, and it's
really.
Forgive me, Plowhawk, but I'm not sure I want to take pizza recommendations from somebody I just sat across from and watched eat a Lunchables
I disagree
pizza.
because it shows how wide my palate is. I can eat great Chicago style.
Yep.
I can do it dirty with a Jack's frozen pizza.
I can do it dirty.
So
The grease
I
effect
have
of
done
doing it dirty.
pizza 3 days a week, and Dewey's, the minced garlic is hella fire.
Yeah.
Well, when you do it, you do 2 shows a night. Is that how it works?
On the weekend. Yeah, it's 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. And then, we're doing a special matinee show on Sunday. It's a family-friendly show.
Family friendly, huh?
Did you get nervous before you do that, or have you got it so memorized that you
I don't
know
get
what
nervous. No, not now. If it's like something where you got to get it right in one take, like a TV,
Like a special?
A special. I don't even get nervous that much on the specials anymore because a special, it's your thing.
Yeah.
It's an hour, and literally you can stop and be like, "Hey, man." It's tape, so you're
Yeah.
like, let's do that again.
Yeah.
And when I've done it, I've had some like block. Don't do that. And then I think it was Nikki Glaser was like, "What are you talking about?" Just like, so I did it one time, and the audience is more on your side when you do that. When you're like,
is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
To go back?
I just completely butchered that bit.
Yeah,
Can we
they
just
appreciate
start
the
that?
honesty, probably.
Yeah,
I got to ask you this while you're in. I know we got to wrap it up, but I'm really curious. What did you think, of course, everybody's been talking about it the last 8 days with the Chris Rock thing. As a comedian, to see that occur, what did you think when you saw that?
Well, I mean, I had all kinds of, it was a stupid thing that he did.
You've never had anybody like accost. I'm sure you've been heckled like crazy, but
Yeah.
actually physically accost.
I don't think anybody ever tried to fight me.
Yeah.
When I was early on, I think it was the other way around because I was a little too intense.
You were coming after them.
I didn't go out and fight anybody, but I had that like sort of wrestling stance, and my buddy was like, "Dude, you got to knock it off. Man. You look like you want to fight people." But yeah, I would get a little bit. I had a temper back then. It was stupid. But yeah, so yeah, it was a dumb thing that he did. But I think comedians are being maybe a little dramatic about it. We're like, well, now all of us are going to get punched. No, you're not. Just like, I doubt it. And yeah, Rock was amazing the way he handled it.
Would you have been able to do that? Just take a punch and let the guy walk away?
I don't know what I would have done, man. I think I would have, it's been a while since I've been in some altercation.
Yeah.
The last one was when I was living in New York. Some guy on the street, like a kind of crazy guy, punched me in the face.
Oh, really?
And I for like a second, I sort of like panicked like a victim, and then I was like, wait a minute, man, I did this every day for 20 years, and I shot a single leg takedown on him.
Oh, a single leg.
Yeah, I went to the right side and I took it, and then then realized real quickly he was like this guy's a heroin addict. This, I was like, what am I doing?
Did you think Rock for a second thought about maybe doubling down, going back at Will and Jada after he sat down, or with that after the yelling and screaming?
No, I don't think he did. I think he kind of was like, man, I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. I was doing a dumb joke, but. Will Smith screwed up royally. But I have a hard time really doubling down on him as much as everybody. It's like, man, I've done some things I'm not proud of. Yeah. Like just things that I regret and I'm not proud of. And I'm like, I hope that my career doesn't get ended because, I don't think he should suffer or whatever, and he is, but I don't think he should have his career.
Were you watching live by chance?
No.
See, that's the thing. If I were watching live, I think I would have thought it was a bit.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, it was. There's no way it was.
Right, I know.
But I think some people still say, oh, it's a bit. I'm like, no.
I watched it live, and they got up to where Will Smith walked on stage, or like was getting up on stage, and then it cut to the awkward moment when Rock was like, "Okay, we're here to present a documentary. I mean, an award for the documentary."
Oh, really?
So it didn't show it, but
Yeah, the American feed didn't show what you've probably seen on social media, which was the Australian.
Is that right?
I wasn't watching live,
but
so I
Twitter
saw what you
came
saw,
out
Greg.
like 2 minutes later with the Australia version, and that's when it became.
You're talking about the
big,
audio
big
because the video was on. I saw it. I was watching
the video. Okay, I must have looked away because the audio cut out, so I thought I went to commercial, and then
the audio
came
cut
back
out
with Chris Rock just.
Yeah. The audio cut out. That's what caught my attention because I was kind of watching with one eye and reading my phone with the other eye, and the sound went dead. I said, "What's wrong with the TV?" And I could see him dropping the F-bomb, and I said, "What in the world's happening up there?" So I rewound it, and they did show it.
I got a text like Monday. Rammer texted me. And he goes, my take is, it wasn't a good joke. He goes, it was a terrible joke. So it's okay that he hit him. I go, Rammer, if I got slapped for every bad joke that I told, I would have been beat into a coma in 97. It was a rough start for me. For most people it is. It's you're not very good for about 5 years.
I can't imagine how hard it is to keep remembering the routine. Because you're up there for more than an hour, right?
Yeah, that's the easiest part, actually.
Is that right, really?
Yeah,
that's the easiest part?
Yeah. That's the easiest part. Is just because you're not doing anything else. So you're basically. And this is going to sound crazy, but if I can come up with a new hour, a good hour in 3 years, I'm way ahead of the game. So it's like that's you have 3 years to remember an hour of material.
Yeah.
And honestly, that you're doing pretty well if you can do a new hour every 3 years.
Huh. Now, obviously, St. Louis is different than New York. And Tim talked about this, I think, when you were out there with Artie.
Yeah.
And you had Jerry Seinfeld and people just jumping into a club to work on material. You're from St. Louis, so there's not a ton of places you can do that to. But do you ever like go into a club unannounced, say I'm going to work on some stuff too?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're the two Funny Bones are really, I can go up whenever.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
nice.
They're really cool. But when I was in LA, or when I was in LA and New York, but I remember in New York, I was going to do Seth Meyers like in 2 days. And when you're doing a TV set, the clubs are pretty cool about letting you go around to every club and be like, hey, I got a TV
Try this
thing.
stuff out.
Yeah. So I'd set it up with them, and they were, I felt like I was the man that night, and so I'm about to go on, and they like grab me by the shoulder, like, hold on a second, and then they're like, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Seinfeld. I'm not the man.
That's what I understand, because I was with Artie. That's the story Iggy's referencing.
Oh, Artie Lang?
Yeah. And he did something, and it was like a charity night at Gotham.
Yeah, that was where this happened.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
so that must be his place. And Susie Essman was there, Gilbert Gottfried,
Oh,
David
wow.
Tell, and Artie did his thing, like you're talking about. For him, it was just like knocking in a 1-foot putt. It was easy. To me, I'm like, my God, you guys are, how you were able to perform. And we're walking out to go do our thing, and they go, ladies and gentlemen, like what you just said, Jerry Seinfeld. And, he just goes up there and I guess is trying some stuff out. And then we're leaving. Artie goes, oh, yeah, that stuff happens all the time. Seinfeld and Rock will just try stuff out. That's the great part about living in New York.
Yeah. He's a sweet guy, man, Artie.
He's great.
He was, I only bumped into him a couple times there. He was really, really
just
nice.
I think that's why people give him so many different chances, because they're like, he's such a good heart.
Yeah, you can tell.
Want to help
tender.
Yes, he's a good person who obviously has battled a variety of issues.
I was just thinking, so I did a just one night at Gotham. I was doing a tour over the fall, and I did it was like a Wednesday night, and I was headlining the show at Gotham. This past fall. And Tim Convey, you guys know Tim, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
so Tim's a good buddy of mine, and I was taking him out, to do that tour with me. He went on a bunch of dates with me, and he was excited because he used to live in New York. So it's basically, you have an opener, and then you have Tim, and then me. And Tim's good. Tim's really good, but he's still fairly green. He got a late start in it. So we go there, we show up, and the manager's like, hey, I need to talk to you guys. And we're like, oh, okay. So we go down to the green room. He's like, Gaffigan wants to do some time tonight. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just see this sheer panic in Tim's eyes, because usually the guy will go up in between the first and second guy.
Oh, wow,
I could see Tim being like, Because he like had a bunch of friends coming and everything like that, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna put Jim up after Tim and before me," and I was like, "How am I gonna follow Gaffigan?" But it was great to see Conby's eyes. He was like, I got people coming here." Gaffigan is a monster on stage, man. He's really good, man. So good. Yeah.
And he doesn't really work blue that much. Kind of more, I wouldn't say family-oriented, but certainly doesn't throw a bunch of F-bombs on him.
No, he's completely clean. And I am now. I mean, I didn't, I kind of edged that way over the last 10 years. But I was never filthy. But I wish I would have started being clean when Jim started being clean. Not that I'm Jim Gaffigan, but yeah, he's really, really good, man.
You can see Greg this weekend. Streets of St. Charles is where he'll be performing, plus the Sunday matinee show for families. Come on out. The water is warm. Iggy, thank you for residing in the cut corner during this segment. You like the corner back there. And Greg, it's always great to see you. Thank you for coming to studio,
guys. Man. Great seeing you, man.
The great Greg Warren here in studio with us. We'll take a commercial break and come back with our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, wrapping up the appliances counters 8 o'clock hour from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for